All right, at number three is a movie that recently came out in theaters, not this year, but a year before. It's fifth animation by Disney, and of course I'm talking about Tangled. Yeah, I know some people may say, well, it's a little soon for that to be in a top countdown, right? Not really. This movie was received so positively, from what I understand, that people enjoyed it. It was overall just a great, great film. Now, of course, it is CGI animated, but the way they did it, it makes you feel like you're not watching a CGI film. It makes you feel like you're watching a traditional 2D animated film, but it's in 3D, if you will. It feels like it's in 3D. I mean, the animation quality is just done. I mean, the way they did it, they wanted to make it feel like, from what I understand, like an oil painting come to life, and that's how they made it feel. And the characters are just great. The characters are just overall just funny. They're great. I mean, it's cool. It's a nice little. It's a great adaptation. It's a great unique adaptation of the Rapunzel story, and it's just fun. I mean, they take it and they expand on it. They go in directions that they go in areas you've never gone before. I mean, the unique part about this is they show the fact that Rapunzel's hair is magic. And it's all due to the fact that Rapunzel's mom took, had to take some, basically was cured by a magical flower that was kind of dissolved into some kind of like medication. And because of that, Rapunzel, when she was born, ended up with her hair being magical. Now, why did this happen? What does this have to do with the film? Well, the thing is, the villainess in the film. God, I can't even think of her name right now. Mother Gothel, I think, or Mother Gothel. Basically, is a very old lady who doesn't want to age. Who wants to be young again. She's basically got this obsession with being young. So basically, she's been using the flower to keep herself young. So what does she do? Well, she finds out that the only way she can keep herself young again is to kidnap Rapunzel, and that's what she does, and she raises Rapunzel as her own. Now, of course, now I know you're thinking, of course, it's going to be one of those stories where the heroine or the hero where the heroine of the film, or where the main star of the film finds out that they're not exactly who they think they are, but they're actually somebody else. They're meant to be something else. And you see that throughout the films. You kind of see the hints and clues that Rapunzel's getting at the fact that she's probably meant to be something more. That she's probably meant to have something more, or meant to be part of something bigger. And the hero, I guess you could say, of the film was not really a hero at first. He's more like a very wisecracking and sort of a pro antagonist, if you will, protagonist, antagonist, whatever you want to call it. I mean, Eugene Flynn Rider is just a very funny character in my opinion. He's funny, he's wisecracking. He's just a great contraction, I think a great contrast and a great compliment to Rapunzel in this film. I know some people may differ with that, but it's just, I think he compliments Rapunzel very well in this film. And of course you got the side characters like the Vikings, which really get you laughing at times. It's really funny. And then of course you got the horse, who kind of starts having a bit of a rivalry with Flynn, with Ryder at first, and then they kind of finally, thanks to Rapunzel, kind of put the differences aside, and then eventually the horse turns good and all that. So, but I'll tell you folks, if you've not seen this yet, you should see it. Rent the DVD, rent the Blu-ray, find it on Stars. You'll like this film. It's very, very funny, and really, that's all I can say about Tangled, and that's why Tangled is number 3 on my countdown. All right, at number 2 we have Beauty and the Beast. That's right. The one Disney film that everybody has said is just perfect all the way through. No mistakes whatsoever. None. No nitpicking, nothing. I mean, everything is just perfect from beginning to end. The songs, the characters, the animation, just perfect. And you know what? I have to agree. Because it's not your typical, because basically its characters are not, the typical way you see them. I mean, Belle, like everybody has said, Doug Walker has said this, and anybody else has said this, Belle is not your typical princess or heroine. She's good looking, she's attractive, she's the kind of girl any guy would go for, but yet she doesn't flaunt her beauty. She's more like, hey, I'm just going to live my life the way I want to live it. And she constantly likes to read books. Kind of like, let's say if iPods were created back in the day when the story originally was first made, she'd be the kind of girl to be like on her iPod all the time, just reading an ebook. You know what I'm saying? But that's the kind of, character she was. She's just perfect. It's like, she knows she's beautiful. She knows she's attractive, but she's interested in other things. And the villain, Gaston, perfect as well. Because you think at first Gaston could be like the hero, to be the good guy, be the one that fights off the villains, fights off the bad guys, wins the girl. But he's actually the kind of villain that starts out good, but ends up becoming more villainous as time goes on because he can't get what he wants, and what he wants is Belle. And the reason he wants Belle is because he feels that since he's like the town hero, the town good guy, and the best looking guy, that he should have the best looking girl. Now, of course, what about the Beast? What can you say about the Beast? I mean, you talk about really changing throughout the film. You talk about a character that really develops himself and becoming, and changing from being a beastly, uncaring character to being very caring, very loving, very, I guess you could say, sacrificial, if you will, at the end. I mean, it's just overall, just done perfectly. And the side characters, like Lumiere, Cogsworth, even the French maid, Mrs. Potts and her son. Just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's like, what more can you ask for? And then the songs that accompany it, Beauty and the Beast song, There Goes Belle song, the mob song. Just overall perfect. You can't ask for anything else. I can't really find anything to nitpick about it. It's no wonder that when the Academy Awards for Best Picture, when the nominations for Best Picture back then were announced, that Beauty and the Beast got a nomination, because it's perfect all the way through. You can't ask for anything else. You can't ask for anything else, folks. That's how good it is. What more can you ask for? What more can you ask for? Perfect film from beginning to end. Perfect everything. Just breathtaking. Keeps you on the edge of your seat. Gets you really involved. You can't ask for anything more. And if you have not seen it yet, I'd suggest that come next month on January 13th, wherever you live, go check it out in theaters, even if it's in 3D. Check it out. You'll like it. Believe me, you will. And that's why Beauty and the Beast is number 2 on my countdown.